Yes, good morning, RGV, Rio Grande Valley, to all our business owners and entrepreneurs. Again, this is our Thursday live chat where we are talking to our different business owners, leaders of the Valley, and able to share valuable information that will help to grow and run your business. I'm Christopher. I am a certified acceptance agent, tax professional, and a business owner. Now, before we proceed with our main topic, we would just like to mention about our company is YCO Tax. It's an all year round, all-in-one tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. And the one that you're seeing on your screen right now is our performance report. For the past 5 years that we operated, we were able to get more than 4.5 million tax credits and deductions to our employees, to our clients and customers, as well as we are offering tax resolution service by audit resolution with the IRS and also with the state. That's 421,000 of resolved audit. And because of the COVID situation, we extended our service with EIDL and PP application. As you can see on your screen, EIDL approved as of July 1 is 275,000, 155,000 for the PPP. And now the shared work program is another if you want to give bonus. If you cut the hours of the employees, this is something that you want to take a look at. We also help you with that. And with this being said, I would like to personally thank all the clients that are referring us and trusting us. And without you guys, we won't make things happen. All the referrals, this is what we keep our team. Your referrals keep our employees and help each one of our families. We have almost 15 members of the team. And when the COVID situation starts, we just promise, that we will continue because we have no reason to give up, but we have a much deeper and bigger reason to continue, is to provide with our families. And with your continuous support, we do appreciate the referrals. And if you think of a friend that needs any of our services, feel free to contact us. And again, thank you very much for all the referrals. We do appreciate that. We will go over to the how to build your brand through public speaking. And I'm a true believer that you are the brand of your company. Whatever service you have or whatever product you have, people will never care how much you know until they know how much you care through the art of public speaking. And before I introduce my guest, please check us on Facebook. We have free webinars like what I've said. Through your continuous support, we were able to provide free webinars, seminars, any type of resource information to help grow and run your business. We are doing it now online. Although we cannot do it local in our office, we still 5 days a week, we are providing consistent resource information and resource people to help and guide you run your business. For those of you who miss any of our webinars, please follow us on our subscribe on our YouTube channel. You just have to type YCO Tax. And for those of you who would like to organize your tax payroll bookkeeping checklist, just go to our website on ycotax.com. And today or next week, we will go over again with our Thursday live chat to another entrepreneur. She's a migrant and she's a business owner in McAllen. That will be July 30. We will have a Thursday live chat. Please stay tuned. Wednesday webinar next week, we will have the guidance on payroll tax deferrals for employers. So this is one of the emergency business funds under the CARES Act. And our company is not just offering it in English. We have an 11 a.m. for those of you who would like to prefer listening on Spanish. We have that for you. This is our YouTube channel and our website. Just feel free to subscribe. If you are tired of doing your tax payroll bookkeeping, let us help. We are giving 1 hour free consultation. And just a disclaimer, this material has been prepared for informational purposes. It is not intended for any tax, legal, or any accounting advice. YCO Tax is an outsourced tax payroll bookkeeping service solution locally and virtually. We are not associated with any institution on the presentation, and YCO Tax is a private business providing resources for small businesses. Let's jump into this. Okay, when I started public speaking, I have the stage fright. Until now, I do have, like, here, I've been doing this, even virtually, it scares me so much. But you will never know how deep is the water until you dive into it. You will never know how to drive a bike until you get bruises. So it's the same thing with public speaking. You are the brand. Don't ever lose that focus. And who else is better to tell us more about how can you be an effective speaker and how can you be an effective brand, whether you are at work or whether you run your business, and most of all, how to develop your confidence. Let me introduce you, of course. I'm so privileged and honored to have the time to talk to the RGB Toastmasters right now, the District 55 Area Director. Also, he's the Brownsville LGBTQ Task Force Co-Chairman, the Sombrero Festival Marketing Manager. Any event in Brownsville, you see him there. And also the Leadership Brownsville, the young breed of a leader. He's a board member, and he will be my co-host. We have no other than Brian Lee Martinez. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, there's no... And I would also like to take this opportunity to... we also have Gilbert, the current president of Toastmaster here in Brownsville.
Good morning, everyone. Can both of you hear me?
I hear both of you just... Okay, there you go. I can hear you, Brian, now. All right, thank you for that. Just some technical glitch because it's Thursday. Thursday is what? The Junior Friday, yes. Okay. Okay, so we have our co-hosts with an S. We're going to have Gilbert. I love this, guys. Their support to the community for public speaking and Toastmaster. And we would also like to bring this more to the community for people to become aware what Toastmaster is all about. All right, let's jump into this. Brian, I introduced you already. Can you tell me something about your role on Toastmaster and what Toastmaster does?
First and foremost, good morning, Christopher, and good morning, Gilbert, and everybody else who's watching us out there. It's a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on here and talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, which is Toastmasters. So, first and foremost, Toastmasters International, just in case if anybody is not aware with the organization, Toastmasters International is a worldwide nonprofit educational organization that enhances its members' communication, leadership, and public speaking skills. And it does so through a renowned program that has been developed every year better and better with its feedback and its data that it collects. It has become a very effective program that not only is user-friendly, but also available to you, just like any other resource from Toastmasters International. That's one of the beauties of the organization, is that because it's been around for almost 100 years now,
yes,
it has prepared everything that the members need to be able to succeed in their personal goals. So Toastmaster was built in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Smetley back in California. It all started off in a basement. That's where the very first Toastmaster meeting took place. And he developed it because, just like we saw in our community in Brownsville, the need was there to provide an organization, a platform where individuals were encouraged to go to the safe environment and develop themselves amongst like-minded people. One of the things we are very proud of is the what's that word? The image we have in our community. Toastmasters is always spoken very highly of within our community, and that's thanks to its members and to its involvement that it continuously has. But most importantly, I believe that Toastmasters has taught me also the value of branding, which is one of today's topics. And being that I am also a marketing outreach specialist, this is something that I found very intriguing myself. And this is what I will be sharing with you all, is 3 factors that I believe can make your brand effective. through public speaking, of course, using it as one of your platforms. But other than the Toastmasters, I am very involved in our community. I work with a lot of nonprofits in helping them develop a marketing plan, shape and sharpen their public image. Perception is something that we come across with in everything, in people and businesses and organizations and brands. This is a very first impression that we have upon what is behind that face, that logo, that brand that is there. So we'll go and dive a little bit more into that as we progress through the meeting.
Right. Yes, exactly. Because according to Warren Buffett, mentioned on one of his interviews under this website, inc.com, he said, one, if you would like to add 50% value to yourself, public speaking is an art that you need to practice because it's an art of sharing without selling. And that is why Simon Sinek believed on the golden circle. People only have a very short attention span to listen of what you're offering or selling to them. That's why he said you need to use the art of golden circle. When you speak, you start with the why. All right, connect with the emotion. That is a very powerful means of connecting to the audience, is their human emotion, the highest level, by telling them why do they need your product. Start with the why within 5 seconds, and then next is the how, and then the what. So that is what the effective sales pitch, elevator pitch that you can ever do, but it doesn't take one time to hit. It's a continuous practice. And Toastmaster, what I've experienced, I've been here for almost 2 years. You still have that bumps, you still have those fear, but you're never gonna get better until you just keep pushing to be the best, and then just listen with other people's critics. And Toastmaster is the good training ground to be trained. That is the place where you fail, right? Before you even deliver to your audience. Now,
and I just want to point out, Chris, from the circle, from the what I've seen in people is that we tend to actually go from the outside in, and we start with what. So we usually are right off the bat, we want to speak about what we're speaking about, why, how we're speaking about it, and then we give you your why. And can you just give us the reason why it's so much better to start from the inside to the outside?
Yes, that's true, because especially people buy emotion and justify it with logic, because it connects to your reasoning more than the objectivity of the product. For example, we are only triggered by two factors, or by two. It's either pain or pleasure. So whenever you are selling something, you have to hit the key points, either by pain or by pleasure. The most common example of which company are using about pain are insurance companies. If you will see this, and even car accident lawyers, they always focus on car accidents. They're always focused on death and dying. And that is why when you're in an insurance company, they always have that spiel before you even know their product. Now, in pleasure, we're talking about vacation. If you have Expedia, Travelocity, they make you visualize like all these beautiful beach, hotels, restaurants where you can find before they even offer the price and how to purchase those products. It's the same thing with how you deliver your message for you to get your audience hooked to you for the next 7 or 15 minutes, right? That is why whether you're saying like, oh, I'm Christopher, whatever the company has, start with the reason. What is the need that you are answering to your audience, or what your solution to your audience? Is that right?
Yes, and I wanna agree to that. That what a brand is specifically is the identity of a business, and by giving your why, it puts you apart from the other businesses where you are recognized and always remembered for that specific kind of service that you're able to provide. So definitely, yes, I agree.
Correct. And that is the USP, the unique selling proposition. Because people, we are in a world, it's a dog eat dog world. What makes you different? What makes you unique? Because always remember that a need is a perceived value. Because even you sell $1, if they don't see the value of that, like watch, I'm not wearing watch, even if it's for free, I'm not gonna find the value. So it's
Right.
your responsibility what added value you will give to the client, to the service, or to the product that you are offering. Going back to the Toastmaster, when what other Toastmasters are available here locally?
That's an excellent question. So Brownsville Toastmasters was founded back in 2018, chartered in 2019. So it's within its inaugural year. We just started our fiscal year in July, I'm sorry, with our new president, Gilbert. This is one of 4 clubs now we have in our area. And the reason why I pause is because we actually realigned this past year. Toastmasters International has been a organization that has been growing in South Texas so much that the demand has reached us dividing amongst ourselves into more areas. So we have now created another area specifically for Cameron County. Within Cameron County, we have Brownsville Toastmasters and Shield Toastmasters in Harlingen that are community clubs, which are open to anybody. We do have 2 other corporate clubs that are private within its own organization. In Hidalgo County, we have McAllen Toastmasters, we have Metro, we have Hub City and FAR. And the beauty of this pandemic, to my opinion, is that we have the opportunity to be able to join all of these meetings. It's just a matter of putting them on my schedule, like I say. You want me somewhere, send me an invite. These Toastmasters are all meeting online, so there really is the opportunity for you to not only grow with the Toastmasters brand, but do so with different clubs around the valley. And each club has its own unique personality, its own unique way of conducting meetings, its demographics. I mean, it's finding a club where you feel comfortable enough to continue your Toastmaster journey. And I believe that our area has done an excellent job in that, in being able to be open and welcoming to all members and guests that are able to attend our meetings.
Exactly. And just to clarify, would they be able to attend virtually?
Yes, online, most of the clubs have their social media accounts, or you can also go online to toastmastersinternational.org and you can look up by zip code or by city your nearest club, and it will prompt you to their website or to their online credentials so you can join their meetings.
Yes, and one thing that I learned about this is iron sharpen irons, right? The more that you practice, and the more that practice makes perfect of your delivery, whether it's a speech, even running board meetings is very important, right? Did you see the value of the Toastmaster and any type of board meetings, and even like a corporate presentation?
Definitely. I want to say it's about an 80% that the American organizations abide by Robert's Rules of Order, which is a parliamentary manual to allow for procedure for business to flow uh, freely within meetings. And Toastmasters International encourages its board members to abide by Robert's Rules of Order as well. So I believe that this is a stepping stone for those leaders who are ready to take that next step. And Toastmaster provides the opportunity for you to develop within the club. So one of the things I've always shared with the Brownsville board is that one of the missions I had for the chapter was for it to become the McDonald's of the workplace. And by that, I mean for it to be the very first step for an individual in our community to want to take that next opportunity as a board member and learn, cultivate themselves into a great board member where they can take that, go to another community organization and share that knowledge. Us being the very first step for individuals to be able to cultivate into great board members who not only know the process, but are able to provide feedback and provide guidance for other organizations. And we have seen that successfully already done. A lot of our board members last year and this year have been heavily involved within the community. A lot of them have joined city boards. It's really been a great validation for the organization and the work that it's doing. And it really motivates the Brownsville Toastmasters to continue forward with that.
Yes, and you mentioned about the workplace. This is what I believe. If you run a company, you are only as strong as your weakest link. if your receptionist doesn't know how to talk effectively with confidence to the client just by answering the phone, or even like presenting through virtual, you will never be good if they are not trained. And that is why there are corporate Toastmasters that are being held and being offered, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, any corporate organization has the opportunity to open up a corporate club, which is exclusive within your company, but that allows for also personalization of the club. If it's more executive, enhancing that you need, or if it's more, maybe you're informal organization, a company, and you want to focus on comedy. I mean, Toastmasters is such a wide range of opportunities for an individual to take. They have now, I believe, 12, 13 pathways: dynamic leader, engaging humor, persuasive influence, dynamic leadership, visionary communications, just to name a few. They give you a pre-assessment. They allow for the program to be tailored specifically to its individual, or in this case, to a corporate club to be able to make the most out of their organizations themselves.
Yes, and speaking of pathways, what are the two speeches that are being done every meeting? I know there's a prepared and unprepared. What are those two?
Excellent question. So during every Toastmaster meeting, we have anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 speakers present at the meetings, and what they are presenting are speeches from their pathways. And the pathways is the educational component to Toastmasters International. So when you sign up with our Vice President of Education or any officer at that, you will have the opportunity to give and deliver your speech in front of your respective chapter. In turn, you will get an evaluation where you are provided feedback on repetitive words, use of grammar, use of body language. All of these tips allow for you to self-realize a lot of the things that we do that can be enhanced in public speaking. Mine was my hand movements. I used to move them all over the place, but I learned about the anchor, and the anchor now helps me keep in place. It helps with my body language, being able to deliver the presentations and not take away from what I'm saying. So it's
that is the prepared speech. That's the 5 to 7 minute, and then there's also the less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. So right after that,
table topics.
we have the table topics, which is impromptu speaking. Members are allowed to speak from 1 to 2 minutes, and there is no registration, no sign up needed for this. Guests, members, Toastmasters, anybody who wants to participate in this section of the meeting is more than welcome to. We do not pick on you if you come to the meeting. It's all voluntary based. That's one of the most popular questions we get when people visit our Toastmasters is, what do I have to participate? I feel shy, I don't want to do anything. And that's, I believe, the very first thought that we all had when we first attended our Toastmaster meeting was the intimidation of being around so many public speaking gurus, and it really is the opposite of that. And that's something that I've come to appreciate for Toastmasters so much, that you are always encouraged to get out of your comfort zone and grow and be amongst other people who are doing the same thing. So it's you always have an opportunity to talk at Toastmasters.
And you know what's funny about the intimidation? Like right now, we're not doing interpersonal. You don't go in person, like in the office or somewhere. We're doing it virtually, but it's still the intimidation. You still feel nervous, like talking to the person, even you know that he's not physically there. And that is why I said I thought it's going to be easier talking to our bookkeeping clients in California and in San Antonio or Austin. It's still there. Like you still have this, you keep saying ums and ends, and sometimes it's a form of distraction. And one of the comments that I had when I attended the Toastmasters last week is they said, your delivery is good, but you keep moving the chair. And that's why I'm looking at the camera if I keep moving the chair. Because they said that 93% of communication happened to nonverbal, that speaks the volume, and then just 7% would be your delivery, like the words coming out from your mouth. But people are watching and listening to everything that you're doing, and even the background noises, like when there's a dog barking For me, like the baby is crying. So those are some distractions right now that is happening to our to the virtual world. That's why having the COVID-19 situation give us more opportunity to really virtually attend Toastmaster from one to another. So there's no excuse, right?
Yes, definitely. I agree. Like I had mentioned earlier, that this pandemic has really been an opportunity for me, not only as a Toastmaster here locally, but regionally for as being an area director. It's given me the opportunity to be able to reach out to my mentors, to all of my directors, my fellow directors, and share amongst each other information that helps us out. And this wasn't impossible before, but we do live in a pretty big state, and it would be a little bit bigger of a hassle to have to travel across the state just to attend these meetings. And I can do so from the very comfort of my home. So it's really the perspective that you see of this pandemic affecting your life. You are able to either move with it or stay behind. And this is one of the things we've acknowledged at Brownsville Toastmasters, which is the reason why we now want to incorporate live meetings with our regular in-person meetings, allowing the opportunity for members and guests to still attend even if they're not able to physically be present. They can always log in and they can always participate in the Toastmasters, and they can do so moving forward. We have now implemented that, so we can allow for the opportunity to be there for everybody.
Exactly. And that is why it's just consistency creates that quality. And at this point, like I've been rejected because of my accent, because English is my secondary language, but it doesn't give me reason to stop. It just give me much more motivation to keep going and to be better, not to focus on perfection, but improvement. And that is why the good thing about Toastmaster, you also, since we're close to Mexico, there are also Toastmasters exclusive for Spanish speaker, right? So that is why we would like to encourage each one of you, if you want to add value to your business, either you're selling a service or product, please feel free to keep in touch with our president. We have Gilbert Hernandez here in Brownsville Toastmaster and Brian as the area director. Okay, thank you for that wonderful information. Before we close, I would just like to give you an opportunity to know how they will reach you. This is your chance.
Thank you, Christopher. We aim to always be accessible to our community, and through the Brownsville Toastmasters, we have social media accounts that are always open for communication. In addition to that, they can always email us at brownsvilletoastmasters@gmail.com. Again, it's just brownsvilletoastmasters@gmail.com altogether. Or most importantly, just reach out to one of our board members. Anybody, the majority of our board members are engaged in more than one organization. So you will most definitely see them around the community. Very open, very friendly, and very helpful to be able to answer your questions and most likely invite you back to the meetings so you can check out Toastmasters and see what we're all about.
Yes, and the meeting schedule of the Toastmaster in Brownsville?
Yes, Brownsville Toastmasters meets every first, third, and fifth Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. And we are meeting online at the moment. We have not moved to meet in person until further notice. But even then, like I stated earlier, our online meetings will continue forward. Even if we are having physical meetings present, you always have the opportunity to join online. Again, 7 to 8 p.m.
There you go. Very well said. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your time, Gilbert. Thank you too for being here as an evaluator. This is part of the pathways. Thank you, Brian Lee Martinez. And guys, if you want to improve your brand, if you want to improve how effective you communicate with your clients, there's no other way but through public speaking. Because what? Public speaking is an art of sharing without selling. Again, thank you for listening and watching on our Thursday live chat, where we are bringing research information that will help you grow and run your business. Once again, thank you very much. You guys stay safe and have a great day. Bye.
Yes. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Hey, Brian, I will send you your notes soon.
Thank you, Gilbert.